Hello and welcome everyone back to my channel, and welcome back to my Game of Thrones Legends mobile game content. Today I want to continue the Pro Tip series with Pro Tip number 12. Pro Tip number 12 is going to be having a building plan. So I know that this may seem basic to a lot of players that are experienced in these kind of games where you set a build on a building and then you wait on the timer and you come back and when it's done, you do something else. But for new players to this genre, it may not be so apparent how critical it is to stay on top of stuff. If you want to be efficient and you want to grow your account, you're going to have to take advantage of the time you have available to do things. So what I mean by that is planning ahead. If you have to note it down on a note on your phone so you can remind yourself of what your plan is that you're focusing on, or if you do like me and you set alarms in an app on your phone to remind you when certain things are done so that you can then go into game and set another one immediately and keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Don't lose time just letting your account sit around. Now, I know that sounds a little, extra work by setting alarms because the game does notify you when things are done. Like, for instance, on my iron storage, I have it going up to level 16 right now. And in 3 hours and 34 minutes, the game will actually push a notification to me to let me know this is done. Your iron storage is done. But for some reason, I have those notifications set to actually display on my device, so I will see them, but a lot of times I may not see them for hours because I may actually not have my phone in front of my face. I may actually be touching grass, or I may actually be doing something other than staring at my phone. I know that's crazy to believe, and it's hard to believe, I know. But I have found that for me, setting alarms is much more efficient because when an alarm goes off on my phone, I use an app called Alarmed. I like the features that it has. It allows me to set rolling reminders and all kinds of cool things and change the sounds and all that. But when I hear an alarm go off on my phone, I have to always make sure I have the volume up. I'm alerted to it a lot faster than I would be normally. And I've sat and I've actually thought this process through to where I've noticed that I'll save myself 3 to 4 hours of building time a day just by making sure that I have an audible alarm that goes off to alert me the second that something gets done building, so I can quick like a bunny rabbit run back in there and reset something else. That way I don't have any downtime. When I'm just relying on my push notifications on my phone, like I said, there could be hours go by before I even notice that. So I've lost all that time. And if you're super competitive like I am, trying to stay ahead of the curve with your building process is just, it's a nerd thing, but it's really important to me because I want to be, up there in the rankings. I want to be that guy that has, a good team, solid, strong buildings, solid, strong resource gatherers, all that. I want to have all that going on to where I feel good about my account. Right now, a month and a half into the game, if my fortress was at level 10, I wouldn't really feel so great about that. So I want to make sure that I work hard to keep it where I want it to be. Right now, my building plan is to go to fortress level 17, and that's my goal for right now because that's going to be like a 2 to 3 day thing. If you look at the fortress, or whatever building it is that you're wanting to make your plan for, you can look ahead and see what the upgrade requirements are, and that way you can make note of these items in your mind and say, okay, I need to do iron storage level 16 and I need to have an iron miner to level 16 before it will allow me to set this upgrade. Now from level 16 to level 17 Fortress, you can look down there at the bottom and you can see it's going to take 4 days and 8 hours to do. So being efficient with the time you have building up to that is going to make this go through a lot quicker for you in the long run. Because if I screw around right now and do other things like leveling up my people, leveling up my silver mine, things I really don't need to do right now based on where I'm at, I'm going to push this upgrade out another week. So it's going to be like 10 days by the time I get it done. And that's not acceptable to me. I want this done quickly. So I am currently working on my iron storage. I have my iron miner up already, but I'm working on my iron storage now, and that's the last requirement I need before I can set that upgrade for the fortress. You can see this iron miner right here. I have him up to 16. He's ready to go. That meets that first requirement. Now, the second requirement of the storage is in process as well. And you can notice that I'm at 15 right now, going up to 16. So what that means is that I've steadily kept up with upgrading this as I go along so that I don't fall behind the curve on this, and I'm ready to go whenever I need that requirement again. So right now, Fortress level 17 is my next upgrade. Another thing you want to pay attention when you have a building plan is making sure that you have the resources you need on hand to actually execute that plan. Because if you look at the requirements for Fortress level 17 again, you'll see that it takes 1.1 million iron ingots. That's an insane amount, but it is something that you can achieve if you are constantly working on keeping your gatherers, your miners, your workers leveled up. Right now I'm pretty good on my workers. I have, 15 and 14 for the most part. So they're up there pretty close to as high as I can be right now. So I'm doing good. I mean, I'm not really too far behind the curve on that. And what that means is they're producing the most for me an hour they can. Right now my 15s make 3K an hour. So do math on that and multiply that by 24. And that's like, 3 times 2. I don't know how much that is, but that's quite a bit, per day, and that's per miner. So add that all together, and you can see that if you have them at this level, you'll get a few 100,000 ingots a day. So in a few days, you can have that requirement if you don't already have it. So that's just kind of the mindset about having a building plan and why it's important. Some of these things as you get on up there in levels take a really long time to do. Like this farmer from 15 to 16, I think it was like 12 hours when I first set it. So this is something that you have to kind of pay attention to because you can only get 1 to 2 of these in a day. And you really want to maximize your efforts. So like I said, set alarms, set an audible alarm. That way you're not relying on the in-game notification that you may not see for hours. Do that and you will see that you will gain in efficiency in your building plan, and that will help you be where you want to be. So thank you for watching my content today. I really appreciate you being here. I know you have 10,000 other things in your life that you could be doing, but you've chose to spend time with me, and I think that's cool. So I hope to hear from you in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.